Well, good day. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening of Wednesday. And we're at the 24th of July, 2024, the time just after 6 p.m. Central Time. All right, my friends, interesting day. You know, at 7 tonight, we're going to hear from President Biden. That's going to be important. He'll give you the reasons or dodge the reasons, I don't know which, as to why he's not running again. But he'll give his full-fledged support to VP Harris. And bringing that up, I was actually insulted that she didn't attend today the Congress with Prime Minister Netanyahu, nor did J.D. Vance. So it's equal. I think they're both very wrong. And I think anyone that didn't attend doesn't understand the importance of what Israel is doing by helping the United States in the Mideast. Now, if they pull back and they're not your ally, are we going to go fight that battle? We going to be there on Iran's border, Syria's border, Lebanon's border? What's going to happen there? Maybe you just think we should run away. Okay. But what about the freedom there? What about that part? Israel's been a long-time ally. I am not convinced I agree with Netanyahu, not at all. But I do understand the importance of having an ally. And you're either a friend or you're a fair weather friend. I think we're a fair weather friend, and we've proven that to so many countries, now including Israel, from my point of view. And I'm going to repeat, I do not think Israel is right on every point that they're making. There should be an end to this. They're never going to get Hamas to surrender, and they're never going to wipe Hamas out. You can't kill an idea. I can't make that clearer. I've said this for months here, and that's how it's going to be. So you got to find a different solution. That's just my opinion, period. All right. So when we look at what happened today, you saw the stock market fall apart. The first day, we haven't had a break like this in a long time. Is there anything major that did it? Yeah, there is. Earnings, and I've warned everybody that the earnings season is here. This is a huge week for the S&P companies, and we're seeing the tech companies, starting with Tesla, not give us what we wanted to see, and they're not the only one. There are others falling in there, and there will be questions. There's going to be a lot of questions being asked soon about all this money spent on AI, and does it pay back? When is the payback? What's going to happen? Or is this, I heard someone say, is it like a fax machine? You'll always have it. You'll always need it. But you get the point. Okay. In terms of data, well, when we take a look at what we have coming out, we got the GDP, and I should have had that. U.S. second quarter, we're going to get our first preliminary look. Advanced durable goods data also comes out with that. Jobless claims tomorrow, and natural gas storage report comes out tomorrow. So what happened today? Well, if you take a look at my Spider ETF, I think you saw 3 stocks out of everything on that front sheet that I have up and everything else deeply in the red. A correction. All right, markets stumble. It is the middle of summer. It's July 24th. It's not uncommon that this quarter you see markets back off a little bit. But going into the end of the year, I don't think anything's really changed. And I think the Fed will be there. And I think the Fed, when you heard William Dudley today, the ex-New York Fed president, say that he has gone 180-degree shift and he now thinks is the time for the Fed to cut rates, and the reason being too much softness and you've got to get ahead of the game, I think that spooked the market too. I know I was spooked when I read it. In the gold, I can still make an argument that you get a pullback here. Okay, the 18-week average of support has been a big supporting number. I can make that it could go there. When we look at the action right here and you put the swing line on it, you now have a downtrend with lower highs and a lower low. Where's the battleground? Right here. The 18-day average, it hasn't changed from yesterday. You made the higher high, you fell back, and today you took out yesterday's low, putting that fully into play. The resistance is still the upper Bollinger Band. The support's a combination of the 100-day average and the lower Bollinger Band. And momentum is pointing down. So momentum down for the moment tonight, bias is down. You can slip a bit here. In order to negate this, you don't want to take out 2385.20. If that is taken out, you can't negate this pattern right away. You can negate it by not taking that out. And if the market were to get over 2433, I think you'd get an all-out buy signal in the market, in fact. In the gold silver, You have a market that is over the 18-day average of closes, so the bias is up of gold gaining on silver, and it continues to do exactly that. In the silver, you can see that you're in a downtrend, lower highs, lower low. That ratio spread has been calling that. You are getting oversold. If the market wants to wash out to the downside, which sometimes they do, 2873 to 2860, big support numbers. That's the combination of the Bollinger Band and the 100-day average, and it would be where I think a lot of the algos would want to cover shorts against that important number. When I look at the copper, I thought you would do better. I didn't think that you were going to go down through and close under the 100-day average. It's got to rebound from here immediately. Otherwise, it's in uncharted territory. It's just riding the lower Bollinger Band. You know I call that the gorilla glue trade, which means even if you get a bounce, don't be a hero. This isn't coming back right away. You just had a bearish crossover where the 18-day average got under the 100. There's nothing left friendly on this chart. Now think about it. I, along with others, were bullish right up here. Remember where the market was 475, got up into the low fives? It has come from that number and now lost 20% of its value, not straight down, but other than this brief period here of about 2.5 weeks. That was the only bounce, and it's continued on. There'll be a value number. Where is it? That's what the market is searching for right now. It'll show up out of left field. In the platinum market, trend is down. Lower highs, lower lows. You're coming down and you're fighting, as I would have thought copper would have done, at the 200-day average in the Bollinger Band. You've begun that 4 days ago, still fighting the battle, oversold. There's nothing I see here other than short covering that can pop the markets. In terms of trends, they are into the downtrend. And the dollar index, I said that I thought it might make a run at the closest moving average to you all week because it had lost a bearish embedded reading. It got pretty darn close. It got to 104.28.5 and the 100-day average 104.33. I think that you can give me the benefit of the doubt it made its run there. I'd like to see it hit it. It doesn't have to. That is close enough, and now the market's on its own. You had an outside day down, so if you take out the high of an outside day, the day within 2 trading sessions of it occurring, often you go to the closest moving average above it. So there's plenty of reasons to go there if it wants to, if it takes out today's high. If it doesn't take out today's high, you're sort of meandering. Then you have a higher high, lower low, and you don't have much of anything. I'll tell you what I was looking at today, and I was glued to my screen. I was looking at heating oil with pivot points. And the reason was I think heating oil was a potential short sale, and I was looking for spots to do it. And, you know, when you look at pivot points, I don't know if you've seen them. Your charting service has it. If it's a good one, you have this. You get a center line, and then you're going to get resistance point 1, resistance 2, support 1, support 2. And I put momentum on the bottom of the charts. And I tie it together as to what the market should or shouldn't do and what are the probabilities. Now, do I day trade off it? That's not what I use it for, actually. I use it for entry points as best as I can or exit points in a market. Gee, I would like it to hit a Bollinger Band. It doesn't. I don't think it will. This could have just as easily been the dollar index. It's close, but not close enough. Maybe I shouldn't hang around there. That's the way that I use it. I created a course that is free for you to look at. And again, you can apply this on your own charts and work with it. Yeah, I've expanded it to include the stochastic studies for you. It's very simple for you to use with it. And again, it's nice and free. And I know that's your magic word, to learn something, not do. It's a 3-part series. It's all videotaped. So how do you get it? You go to iraepstein.com, free offers, it'll be there, or move your cursor right here. Couldn't be simpler. I'm Ira. You have yourself a good evening. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.